What's up, guys? Today's video, I have something a little interesting to show you. So I just got this little tiny welder. It's a vevor or whatever you want to call that. Anyway, it's a little eBay one. It was only like 120 bucks, but the exhaust on the Jeep is just a little bit too loud for me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this spare piping that I have laying around, and I'm gonna extend it just a little further than what it already is, just because it's super obnoxious, and hopefully it tones it down just a bit, hopefully more than a bit. But you know, this is all the piping I have right now, so I'm gonna first take this, which is the cap. This is the original piece that I cut off from the downpipe. I'm gonna cut it right here, and then I'm gonna add this bad boy right here. Now it's actually gonna kick it down in the back too, which is very nice. So I'm gonna get to that real quick and show you the process. All right, so the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to chop this off, and then I did smash the end of my downpipe that I chopped off over there. So I'm going to be cutting off that smushed end because I can't really round it out enough to weld this to it. So I'm going to get to cutting. All right, so this is what I was talking about. I mushed this spot right here because I didn't want too much. I want a little bit of back pressure, but I'm gonna have to cut this off because there's no perfect circle to weld to. So I'm gonna cut it off back here where the circle is just a bit more rounded. All right, guys, so my plan is to stick this right here, and then I have the other big pipe, which is here, this pipe right here, and then this one is actually going to meet up with that one right there. I already have a marking there where I want it, and then that should stick right there, which is going to put this spot over here just sticking down just a bit. So I think that should be perfect. All right, guys, so I just got this one welded up. You know, I honestly just quickly messed with the settings. Definitely ugly little boogers, but I think if I tune this thing out, I could actually get some pretty decent welds on there. You know what I mean? I do have these holes to fill, and I filled one that was that big right here, and it didn't burn through. Honestly, I think it did all right. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to fill these in because I have two of these, and I didn't want to cut the pipe that far back, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to fill these, and I'll do that on camera. All right, I know those are the most hideous glasses ever. I do have a full actual welding mask coming, and these honestly don't even do that well. It's still, when I pull the glasses off, it's like looking at the sun. So I do have a real auto tint helmet coming. It should be here tomorrow. But anyway, I know you're not supposed to be welding any holes shut this size, but I don't have any spare metal to plug it and weld it then. So let me chip off this slag. Give it a quick brush. And honestly, for a hole of that size, I don't think that's terrible. It's really not terrible. I mean, just look at that. It's really not bad. I was able to fill that. So now what I'm gonna do is I gotta fill this other side real quick right there, and then after I'm done with that, I'm gonna mock it up under the Jeep, go ahead and tack it, and then I'm gonna pull the exhaust off, the downpipe, so that I could pull the whole thing down and then weld the whole seam. So I'm gonna fill that one real quick, and then we'll get to the actual exhaust welding part. So just hang tight. All right, guys, I just tacked it up real quick. I did put a little, actually this right here, which is what I cut off from the other piece of exhaust. I stuck it up here to give me a nice spacing, and now it just comes right out right there, not touching anywhere. Honestly, that's perfect. And I do have a little bracket on there, as you can see, and I'm going to make a hanger for that so this thing is not too wobbly. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna pull the O2 out, I'm gonna unbolt the downpipe, pull the whole assembly out, and then I'm gonna weld it on the ground. So let's get to it. All right, guys, I got the whole thing pulled out. It's just tacked up. It's gonna be a disgusting one, but I could fill it, and that's all that matters to me. It's better than what it was before. It's just honestly to test out this, and I'm gonna get to welding. All right, she's all welded up. Let me tell you, there were some gaps and some things. It's obviously not very pretty, very ugly. It's unprepared metal. You know, I wanted to try it. However, I think I'm gonna try to actually tune it in and maybe find some metal here and try to throw some decent beads. I'll probably still do it unprepped, or prep it, whatever. But I want to find some decent metal, some kind of thick metal. Not sure which one I'm going to use yet, because all this stuff is very thin. Maybe that or something. Anyway, maybe I'll just try to weld up. Oh, that's pretty thin too. Anyway, I'm going to see if I could do some pretty decent beads. Maybe I will just do it on this. Grind off a quick section, just right here on this flat spot. And then see if I could just do some pretty decent beads. All right, so I grinded me off a nice little clean piece of metal. I'm gonna start from right here and just do some little welds just so I can try to tune it to where I feel like it's pretty decent. I'm no welder by any means, but I've done a little bit of welding. So let's see if I can do a decent bead. All right, so I was trying to do this. I have the settings both on as low as I can go, and it still seems like it may be a little bit too hot. Let me go ahead and chip this away, and let's see what we're working with. Okay, so that's after I knocked all the slag off and brushed it with the little wire brush. Not great at all. I want to try to put a little piece right here, maybe with like, so I could do like a 90 with the little butt in between. I don't know if I have that kind of metal, but I'm gonna try to find some. All right, so I got this really heavy galvanized. It's pretty big, probably like, I don't know, it's pretty thick though. Let's see if I can get this leveled. Put this right there, and then I'm just gonna do a bead right there on the side. So let me get it all set up and try to weld it. Okay, so that's the tiny gap right there. I'm gonna try to fill that in and try to make a somewhat decent bead with the paint on it and it being galvanized and all that, so hopefully it goes well. All right, so the wire speed is probably a little too much. Let me knock this off. Here's the other one. That one is just, looks like crap. Maybe this one isn't too bad, but I feel like it's probably not hot enough because I'm on that thick galvanized, and I feel like the wire speed might be a little too fast. Not bad though, I guess. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and bolt this up. It should be cool enough, and I'll start it up and let's see how it sounds. All right, guys, going to start it. See how it sounds. Out of gear. I think it's actually louder, which is kind of annoying. Might have to add a muffler on the end of it. I think that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you guys liked it. I think it needs a muffler. Anyway, I'll see you on the next one.